What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Dauntless Outdoors. Today's episode, we're diving out of Hudson, Florida. The goal of today's episode is to find some nice red snapper. It is October 8th, Saturday. We are pretty far offshore. Pretty calm, not too bad. We got Justin, James, and Sydney. So we're gonna hop in the water and see how it goes. First spot's about 95 feet. So, what's going on, y'all? Josh here. So I just hopped in the water and Justin and I were looking around. He ended up shooting an American red right here. So I go down to see how good his shot was and to make sure he landed this fish. As you can tell, the viz isn't really good at all. We're in about 100 feet of water just to the sand, and it's maybe 15 feet of viz. So definitely wasn't the best conditions, but ended up getting some nice fish. And Justin just got the first AR of the day. Ended up being, I think, the second biggest. So nice one.
Whoa, hell yeah, dude.
Nice.
Thank you.
So Justin just got that fish, and we re-anchored because the winds and the currents had kind of changed a little bit, and we hadn't really seen the exact spot yet. So I'm going down to the bottom on our new jug, and as you can tell, ton of fish, life everywhere. We weren't really seeing much, but this time I went down, saw a bunch of nice fish, and then there was one American red that I saw right, I think he's right here. Viz is so bad. Yeah, he's right there, and I wasn't going to look around for another one. I just decided to take the shot on him, because with that bad of viz, you can lose track of your fish pretty quickly. So take the shot on that fish and start heading up to the surface. I think my watch said I was at 99 feet there, so definitely not too shallow, but nothing crazy. So headed back up to the surface, and Justin had told me it wasn't really the smartest idea to fight him, just to let him take some real line, go to the surface, and then pull him up. So that's what I was doing here, and ended up being my first AR of the day.
They are.
I stoned him, but I felt something pulling, so I was like, what is that? So I got that first one. He was about 24 inches to the fork length, and I decided keep diving the same area, look around, and this is the exact next dive. So I'm down to the bottom looking around and immediately spot this one, much bigger than the last one I shot. So decided to take a shot on him, stoned him, and I decided it was much smarter to just go grab the fish instead of trying to let out reel line and all that. So I just grabbed the fish and head on up to the surface. I think he ended up being about 32, 33 to the fork, so my biggest one so far. I didn't get a weight on him. I would assume he was about 16 to 17 pounds, but definitely a nice one. So my second AR of the day. I got my limit. I can't shoot anymore, so I was just looking for big mangroves, gags, and other stuff like that now. So as you see, get on up to the surface and secure a pretty nice one. What?
That's a nice one.
Yeah, I stoned him. So I got my second AR, and now I'm headed back down to the bottom. There's a pretty big mangrove right there, but with the bad viz, it was kind of hard to keep track of him. I went to take the shot at one point, and he just disappeared. So kind of just sat around looking for him. Like, that one was pretty nice too, but he dipped under there pretty quick, and you see there was a Goliath right under there. But this was my first dive on the actual wreck. The ARs were just out in the sand, probably 20, 30 feet away from it. So Looking around, wasn't seeing anything too great. I was hoping to see a gag or something like that, but we ended up leaving this spot and heading on to a new one.
The wreck's right here. Yep.
So we're at the new spot. It's a wreck in about 85 feet of water. Headed down to the bottom and spot a pretty nice permit, probably 3 feet off the bottom, just cruising. And ended up missing. That one right there was probably about 10 pounds. And the tank diver was James. He ended up shooting a couple, so not the end of the world. Just got back to the dock. We ended up doing pretty good. We got pretty much all of our ARs except for one, but not a big deal. And then we got 2 permit and a cobia and a little sheep's head and rainbow runner. But thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe. We'll catch you next.